This is Pamela Murphy, and welcome to Extraordinary Life Coaching, a YouTube channel. Today, we're going to finish talking about part two of awareness. I had talked about it before about the struggle, and the struggle is real. And it's not really a struggle, but it's an awareness of becoming your authentic self. And it's about just not being afraid of it, but just you don't have to do anything. It's just acknowledging it and knowing that it's aware. And I'm going to give you an example. I'm always trying to be the perfect employee, the perfect person. Never, if I made a mistake, it was the end of the world. Even if it was something small, because then that meant I wasn't good enough, I wasn't worthy, I didn't deserve to be where I wanted. But that's all my story, right? It wasn't true, but that's my story. But I wasn't aware of how it affected me in every area of my life. So it's like a little pebble in your shoe. You think that, I've worked on it, a lot of inner work, and I really felt like I really worked on this one major issue that I have, which comes up like with me being the perfectionist and, working late, because that way it was control. I got to control the situation, right? So, but what I've learned by me still working on things is that it doesn't ever really go away. And I knew that, but I didn't really was experiencing it. So this nice warm butter croissant that we get, right? And when you get a croissant and it's made like not bought in the store, but it's actually go to the bakery and they make it, it's just layers upon layers upon layers. So that is what the journey within is about. It's about the layers. And sometimes you peel back enough that you're good. You might get a trigger, but you'll be able to say, or you should be able to say like, oh, well, when this happened to me, I know what that is. And you tell yourself we're good, we're safe. There's nothing that's gonna happen. I know, and if it's an abandonment, like me, I have some abandonment issues. So if it's like for me to say like, oh, I'm safe, my nervous system has to really truly believe that. Because if I'm acting like I'm safe and I'm not, you spiral. And I know like I spiral. So it was like this whole thing of just acknowledging that, like I had to really say like, wow, okay, well, I don't know where this came from, but instead of like running from it, I actually stopped and said, okay, I got to go a little deeper because I really thought everything was good, right? So that is why awareness is very important. We haven't never really been taught that, right? That's that part of that fairy tale that we're not taught. But it's truly about you have to be aware. You have to be aware when you start spiraling, or you become a volcano and you explode, or just that you just withdraw. Might just withdraw from everybody. You might just be like, I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to do ABC. I'm just going to sit here and do what I got to do. And it's not just about your career, your professional, but also with your life, your friendship, your friends. It encompasses all of that. And until we acknowledge what's going on from within, we push it away, or we pretend we don't see it, or we wear a beautiful mask and say, hey, look, I look really great, and I feel great. But there's something inside where you're not connected. And it's sometimes it's painful, but when you are aware of it, you can actually say something like, take 4 breaths. And it's like you inhale and hold for 4, and then exhale for 4. And it just helps you like calm your nervous system, but also makes you aware like, why did I just yell at this? Why did I just yell at my husband? Why did I just like snap? And really have, maybe most of the time, it really has nothing to do with the other person, but it has to do with you healing from within, you acknowledging how you truly feel, and being connected back to your authentic self. Because when we pretend, we've got all these, for me, I'm going to call them protectors. And I think other people call them protectors, or your subconscious, or your subconscious, unconscious mind. But we push things away and we say that it's okay, and we tell ourselves it's not a big deal. It's like people say, let it go. Well, you're like, oh yeah, I let it go. but you really didn't let it go. We tucked it away. My biggest protector was my perfectionist. And, I've learned to like, I can acknowledge it and I'm aware of it. So when it happens, I should be okay. And you should be able to say, like, I'm okay with this. But it's like when you go to the beach, you get sand in your shoe. You swear when you're at the beach, you've dumped out all the sand. But yet, when you get home, your shoe still has a lot of sand in it. That is what it's like when you go within and you have your awareness. And if you don't have the awareness, the sand just keeps coming, or you just keep getting that pebble, because you have to acknowledge what's going on with you from within. And that's not, there's nothing to fix. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. We're not broken, and you're not broken. But they always make it like, oh, well, we can, there's nothing to fix. It's just learning to acknowledge the things that have happened, because the things, excuse me, that have happened are really, they're real to you. And I know they're real to me. They might not be real to other people. They might be thinking, oh my God, here's your cousin's drama again. But until you say, hey, you know what? I play a victim all the time. Why do I do that? That's going within. Why, if somebody says, like, we need to look at this, you spiral, or you just say, okay, whatever, excuse me, and you go back and you try to fix it, but it's not external, it's internal. We all have these mindsets of the things that we want to create. I mean, if I was to ask the question, how many of you would like to just start your own business? But then there's a fear factor. So it starts out with the fear because it's something it's something new. So your subconscious, or your inner child, inner voice says, like, well, we can't do this. This is new. And how are we going to do this? How? So just all these questions come up, right? You have to be able to acknowledge each step of it. The first one out of everything is just the fear. The fear of people not thinking you're capable. The fear of people not seeing you worthy. The fear of, once you say, okay, none of that's true, and you take your steps to acknowledge, like, okay, yeah, the fear is real, but I need to see where it's really coming from. You have to go within. We all try to do it external. I know I was a champion of doing it external, but it just really doesn't work for us. It just bottles it up even more. The journey within is really about just acknowledging what you truly feel. What do you feel from your heart? If you're talking to somebody and they say, like, well, we need to work on this because it's not working out the way, or, hey, we need to talk because I think we could do something better or do something different. Some of us just go into a fight or flight mode, and there's nothing to fight or flight or fight. It's just that we need to just, like, what made your nervous system go into, like, oh, dukes up, let's go. But it's not that. It's just that your nervous system's like, because you've always been in that role. You've always been in that role where you just try to keep it all together, and you try to say, like, oh, look at me. I've got this together. I know I got it, and I wear this beautiful mask. Nobody else sees behind it. And then somebody says something to you, and it could go on for a while. Somebody could say something to you all the time and it doesn't bother you. But this one particular time, you just lose it, or you just go in, or you just push everybody away. So we really would like to let you know that it starts really from within. You can't change your mindset up here if you're still carrying the baggage within, because the baggage is real. Like, we try to tell ourselves it's okay and it's really not that big of a deal, but it is. And I'm telling you from my own experience, it truly is a really big deal about the baggage, and trying to say you let it go, but up here you're still holding on to it, and that's the external part of you still holding on to it. Somebody can walk into your office, you can be doing something at home, and it's all around us, because we need to heal from within. You have to heal from your heart. You can't just say, well, everything's okay, when you've got like 50 million little dark things going on inside that you're just trying to keep it all together, right? It's like the octopus. Like, we've got the balls in the air, but please do not ask me to give you a ball because I only have 8 arms, and if I have to drop something to take care of something else, it causes chaos. And sometimes we distract and keep the chaos in our life because we really don't want to go within. And I'm gonna say that that's the biggest part, is that we do things to distract, like we bring work home, right? And it's not really a distraction, but it's like you want to get it done, but we keep ourselves so busy that we can't stop and really feel what's going on within us. So you have to just pause, reconnect, tell yourself it's okay. Put your hand on your heart and say, do the 4 breaths and say, we're okay. I'm safe. I'm safe to speak my voice. I'm safe to say, I can't really do this today. Can we bear it to another? Can I move it around? And if it's something that you can't do, then it's okay, but say, hey, that's okay. Give yourself permission to say it's okay. Give yourself permission to say, no, I can't do it. Give yourself permission to just breathe and pause. That starts your journey with them. And I think that's really important, something that a lot of us have never been taught. We've been taught to be on that fairy tale land, and it works out really good, but they never told us how to get off. So to get off, you have to be willing to you really have to breathe. You need to pause, and you need to find out what it is that you truly want and reconnect to your authentic self. You're already amazing as you are, but we've become so much of the world, we've forgotten who we are. And that's where that comes in, is to reconnect and get rid of the things that truly are bothering us, that we no longer want. And that we need to just say, you know what, yes, this happened, but I'm not going to let it hold me back anymore. I'm not going to allow others to make me feel less than. And I am as good as anybody else. I'm worthy. But you have to say that. If you have to say it out loud every day, then that's what you need to do. I have what I created, it's called a pattern tracker. And so you have your old patterns, and then what it is you can write down your new patterns. And if you would like that, I can DM me, and I'll send it to you. But it actually helps. Like, I wrote down the things that I struggle with all the time, and there's a different one each day, and you say it out loud. You write like 2 or 3 minutes in a journal. You walk, you talk about it, or just take some breaths and breathe, and while you think about what's going on. And then you do that all week, and at the end of the week, you should have one for each day, and it starts helping you get a clearer picture of your authentic self and of the old patterns that we carry, and think that's what we should do. That's golden, right? That we have those old patterns that have kept us strong, and you really are really strong, but we don't think we are, because that's sort of how the system has trained us. We've been trained. So I just really want you to start thinking about that. Like, is this truly who I am? Or is there something else inside me? What are my trigger points? What triggers me to spiral? What triggers me to want to run away and hide? And the sad part is, when you run away and hide, the only person you're hiding from is yourself. So find your authentic self. This is Pamela Murphy. I'm excited to be here. I'm not using props or anything anymore, because that was making me crazy. So that was making me, hello, how can I can't do that. So this is me. This is me being my authentic self. I'm also excited to announce, I'm going to announce this before I forget, have a live event on May 13th. And it's going to be on Zoom, but it's going to be live, and it's about the journey within, becoming your authentic self. So I hope you can be there. There'll be more information uploaded, but remember, become your authentic self. Become the best version of you, not the version everybody else expects, or not meeting others' expectation. Be your own authentic self. I want everybody to have a great week. Look forward to talking to you in a couple of weeks. Love you all. Have a good one. Bye.